I will give you guys 3 guesses as to where we're at, and the first 2 don't count. That's right, we're here at the dojo. Casa Tbone got Waddy hooked up with a archer's mat. I'm gonna roll that up, sign it up for him so he can put it in his little archery shop. Send it back with the guys. Good to see you guys, been a while. Glad you're here today. While we're already here in the archery dojo, I thought what we would do is just do a little overview here of the bow that I've got set up this year and what we're gonna be, I guess the terminology that everybody uses is running, so to speak. So what we have here is normally, in the past, I have always, you know, shot a longer axle to axle bow, and I'm a really huge fan of that by all means. Things have changed for me because I'm, you know, in a wheelchair and primarily hunting out of blinds and, you know, on the ground and stuff, so it's in a little tight quarters. So this year, you know, I'm mainly doing a whitetail, so I opted for, we're going to try a shorter axle to axle. So this is the Alpha X, the Hoyt Alpha X 30, the 30-inch axle to axle. And I went with the green, and of course went with the bone collector kit. Got the new limb graphics, got the dark gray on there. I really like that a lot, and that green always pops. And thought I'd go over the whole setup with y'all. Looking forward to it. Been shooting it for quite some time now and getting it dialed in. But like I said, it's 30 inches axle to axle, and a lot of people say, well, oh man, that's real short. And it is short axle to axle, which is good because it makes it to where you can get it into tight places in tree stands and things like that. But something to consider when you have larger cams like this and you have parallel limbs and sub-parallel limbs, the actual axle to axle is not necessarily how the apex of the string is. It doesn't determine the apex of the string because you're coming off the top of the cam. So it actually, because of the limb design, not like 15, 20 years ago, it shoots a little longer than what it actually is. So, which is a good thing. Even when you got a longer bow, it shoots longer. There goes Gum. See, buddy? So let's go from the top to the bottom. HBX cam, this is the HBX Exact. And the reason it's called Exact is because it's 1/4 inch increments, something that they did this year. Huge advancements. Everybody says, well, that's, you know, 1/2 inches adjustment is really all you need. No, it's not. But and the reason why is because with this you get 3 different adjustments for your percentage of let off, and then with this also you get a 1/4 inch adjustment, so you can manipulate how much you're holding and how much you're drawing. And then you can change the grip that they have that comes with it. You can take the grip off. I'm going more of a tournament style. Their tournament style risers are real thin, real squared. So this year I'm shooting without a grip. Really like that. And part of the reasons why is because I can fine tune and manipulate my draw length because of the 1/4 inch adjustments and the percentage of let off. You can change it from 75, 80, and 85% let off. If you want to hold more weight, naturally you want to do that. So options is through the roof. Coming on down, naturally this it's a wider platform on the limb, so it's more stable. You can see how wide that is. It's a split limb design. Extremely quiet. They've done 33% more, is it 33 or 36% more machining? I mean, this thing is definitely a skeleton, but so much strength is in this, along with the tech riser that they're famous for. Groot, what are you doing, man? Got another visitor. Go lay down, man. All right. All right, here comes Gum back too. Lion Country Safari. All right, that's your Dropway rest. Of course, I've custom covered it. If you followed along for years, you can see that the rest, I've got it custom covered so that it doesn't make any noise when you draw the bow back. That's a big thing. I always like to lace it on there so that no matter if it's going through hot, cold, wet, dry, you know how that self-adhesive stuff peels up and changes. And if it changes, it's going to change your point of impact. So make sure that you lace that on there. Weight-wise, I'm running the stock stuff. I've basically taken the covers or the casings off of them, and then I've went with the tungsten weights that weigh a little bit more but take up less room. I'm running an offset bar, an 8-inch offset, carbon rod. I think it's got 3 ounces of tungsten on the back, and then I have the Go Sticks 2.0 right here. These really look tactical. I mean, extremely tactical. And a lot of people don't understand where to put your stabilizer bars. And what I always like to say is, you've already got an advantage of having the riser out here in front of you. So rather than putting like a 8 or a 10 or a 12 inch to get to this length, you can put a short one on down here on the bottom. The weight is below your hand, so it works as a pendulum and keeps your mass weight under your hand so that you don't have a lot of swaying like this. And you can get away with mass weight of a 6 inch versus having an 8 or a 10 or 12 inch up here. And then of course I got this little stubby here so that it puts the weight more right underneath my hand. And plus it's a place where I can tie my handmade sling in there. But these Go Sticks 2.0, they loosen up here. You can fold them out of the way, so if you don't want them, or you can bring them back into play if you do want them in here. Quiver, my quiver is an inline quiver. Actually, I got a few on the wall here, but there's one right there behind you. There you go, that Carbon Solo. My actual quiver's hanging up there because it's not really actually hunting season, but I go with the inline quiver. Yeah, there it is right there, that black one. If you don't mind handing that to me, Ryan. So it's an inline quiver. You can see how thin it is, and then it goes really, really close to the riser. And again, that's the whole purpose of Hoyt's innovations, is to allow all the weight that you do have to put on a bow, whether it's the Picatinny rail on the sight, whether it's the sight, the quiver. See how close it is. You can adjust it, gets it really close up to the bow, so that what you do is don't have a lot of cant left and right like this. Everything's right over the top of your hand, and it's really, really lightweight. So I'll take that off right quick just so I can whip the bow around and you can see it. We talked about the stabilizers. We talked about the Go Sticks. D-loop, naturally I always go with the soft knocks here, just a place to hang your hat so that you can change your D-loop out, and you've already got your positions marked here. I'm going with a kisser button, some type of reference, whether it be a nose button or whatever. I got the old man's peep right here. This is a specialty archery peep. It's got a lens in there, which is a verifier, so that it clears up my pins with my old eyes. If you have to wear readers, look into that right there. That is the fountain of youth, because so many people actually go with the lens that's in there. Don't have a lens. And then also, you've seen this before. I always transfer that on there. I don't know if that's good luck or bad luck or whatever, but don't be ninja nobody that don't need to be ninja. My son gave me that a long time ago. He's 5 or 6 years old, and I try to remember and put it on about every bow that I've got. So we've transferred this over, and the ninja is back. One more thing on the bow before we move on to something else. This right here, I don't know the exact technical, and it may seem real trivia to you, but it's just a little, I'm gonna call it a tit. A nipple, if you will, that hangs off the bottom of the cam, and it has a rubber O-ring around it, and it may seem so trivial to y'all, and you think, oh man, that makes the cam whip around or whatever, and it may do that, but this is the one thing that it does do. Now watch this. Now if you're in a blind, or you're in the ground, or you're shooting on a pavement, or you're shooting a tournament, now we can put this on there, and look at that. It keeps your string track, everything out of the mud, keeps it from getting dirt, it keeps it from getting grit on it, and it keeps it clean so that you don't have any abrasions inside this track. And then we got this right here. This, tried and true, been around since 2007. This is our prototype. I know we've told y'all a bunch of different times. This is the Beast, the True Ball Beast sweatback trigger. They offer 2 different designs. Man, it's been so good. We've got a gum, and we got a wrist strap. We like the buckle strap versus a Velcro, so it doesn't make as much noise, and you have a positive point to where you can be assured to go to the same place every time. You'll see over here we got the new Beast XT hybrid, so you got 3 different triggers, and then you have the one that I was just showing you right there, and you can best believe I've got me a backup. Arrow setup. We are running the Halo Nox, 3-inch parabolic flex fletch, 250 spine arrow, and then of course we've got her tipped with the G5 Mega Meat. More on that in just a second. And then something I'm kind of proud of, to build up your FOC and your mass weight, we've got a 3 to 4 inch 115 grain insert that builds up the static spine in the end of the arrow, and then you cap it off with a stainless steel outsert which encompasses the carbon so that you don't have any splinters or blowouts. It makes it great structural integrity. And then right here we go with a tip it with a mega meat, something that we have been so proud of, us and G5, for the last 3 or 4 years. You talk about a 2-blade, I know that's been a real popular one, a 2-blade with a, let's just back off here and give him some space. It's your world, we're just living in it, gum, dang. So what we have here is the 3-blade mega meat. There are a lot of 2-blades out there that are 2-inch cut. This one is a 3-blade. And why wouldn't you go with a 3-blade? So you have, most 2-blades are 2-inch cut. And you only have this much surface on 2 blades. You're adding a whole other 3rd blade that's 33% more devastation and destruction. And it's in a 3-blade package so that you have a greater wound channel, 3 independent flaps, more blood loss. And you know, look at that. That's 2-inch cut right there. Whoo-wee! All right. Blades are exposed. It's a rear deploying. You have the blue snap ring collar so everything snaps right into place. All steel design, and look how aerodynamic it is. Yep, we've been really happy with this. Not to say that a lot of other broadheads, whether it's the Striker, the M3, or what have you, don't do a fantastic job, but this one right here, the Mega Meat, aerodynamic, keeps your accuracy, and then you've got a 3-blade, 2-inch cut when it gets there. It's checking all the boxes. So with that said, that's what we've got as far as a setup. I think I've covered everything. We will shoot this thing in a little bit. Let me put that back up there because I don't want to lose it. I don't want to tell you a lie. We're going to shoot a few. We got the Morel turkey target down there. Bone Collector Signature Series. This is the Alpha X30. Look at that, how it pops, man. You can see it, but yet it's gray. And as a friendly reminder, right here on the bottom limb, I'll never make excuses for who I am. I'm a hunter. Signed by Michael Waddell. You can take that to the bank. Let's put a few in the old turkey target. That looked pretty good. That looks pretty good. Let's say we put this 3rd and final one in the old head of the Goblero. See if we can anyway. I'll try to put it right there where the blue meets the red. Turned it a little bit. Man, thanks for spending the day with me. I've really enjoyed it. And remember, subscribe, like, comment. We love to hear from you. Appreciate y'all following along and appreciate y'all caring. We love y'all. Long live the brotherhood.